What a treat. We have live in just a moment Marianne Williamson. She's out with her brand new book, which we're about to talk about. But first and foremost, it's great to welcome you back to Get Connected. I'm your host, Conn Jackson. Marianne, I know you have your previous book was A Return to Love. So can we love money more through that book?
Well, I don't think the issue is to love money. I think the issue is to love the world. The issue is to love people. And as we put that kind of internal abundance into the universe, then the universe, as it were, responds in kind, because the universe is built on the law of cause and effect. So it's not that we love money, it's that we love, period. And that love comes back to us in the forms that are necessary. And money is one of the things that supports our material existence and supports our capacity to live on the earth in a less stressful way and in a way that enables us to give our greater gifts.
Well, Marianne, it sure sounds good, but now you're out with your brand new best-selling book, The Law of Divine Compensation. And does that just mean money?
No, the compensation, the whole issue of compensation is that we are compensated in whatever way is necessary in order to be lifted into the highest creative possibility for our lives. The idea here is that the universe itself is self-organizing and self-correcting. An embryo turns into a baby, a bud turns into a blossom, the planets revolve around the sun, an acorn turns into an oak tree. So clearly there's a natural order at work. Clearly there's a natural pattern by which things prosper. So the idea here is that in our material existence, the spiritual laws are at work, the same way that that natural kind of intelligence is at work in turning the embryo into the baby or the bud into the blossom. In other words, the universe conspires to lift us up. And then the other area is not only that the universe self-organizes, but also it self-corrects. For instance, your body is programmed to work. But let's say you have a cut on your finger. Well, you watch as the body is also programmed to heal. So not only are you programmed to prosper in life, but when we have those times in lives, let's say we've lost a job or the economy is not going well, the things that happen that diminish our material prosperity, the universe is also programmed to bring things back around. You know, sometimes we're all so convinced that what goes up must come down. But I think it's also important to remember that that which is down is programmed to rise back up. And when you know that, and when you know that your open heart and you're standing in love and in excellence with your energy, when you stand on that ground in an emotional way, that communicates. It's something that other people subconsciously pick up. They're more likely to want to work with you. They're more likely to bring into your life new opportunities. So that's a very different emotional orientation to life when we know that in the presence of love, miracles happen, good things happen, and really stand on that even when it doesn't seem so obvious.
You know, Marianne, I perused your book earlier, and one of the themes throughout is forgiveness. Is that an important part?
Forgiveness is a way in which we open our hearts. And the idea of miracles, of those natural openings and breakthroughs that occur, they occur only in the presence of love. So if I'm denying forgiveness to someone, that's a place where my heart is blocked. And my heart being blocked deflects the law of divine compensation. My heart being blocked is what deflects the miracle, because the miracle happens when love is present. So anytime I'm not forgiving someone, I'm not hurting them. I'm hurting myself, because whatever that person did to me, the universe, once again, the universe is self-correcting. The universe is already programmed to make right whatever wrong was done to me. But if I'm holding on to anger or I'm holding on to unforgiveness, then it's like the universe cannot work through me. That's why free will means you can think whatever you want to think, but if you're thinking without love, you are blocking opportunities.
Now, Marianne, I know you talk about other topics in the book, but I just seem to be focused on the word compensation and money. Is that the wrong way to look at it?
Well, it's not so much a wrong-minded take. It's that it is not as mature a take on a spiritual and psychological level. If all you want to do is get money, it's a kind of low-level thought form, and it won't allow for a magnificent life. And when you are truly lifted to your more magnificent place, which is one in which you realize the Spirit of God dwells in me, the Spirit of infinite possibility dwells in me, no more and no less than in anyone else. And on the material plane, there are so many pieces of the pie. So if I get some, somebody else gets less. If they get more, I get less. And it's this kind of get mentality. I want to get some. On a spiritual level, there's a whole different dance being danced here. It's that genius lies in you, genius lies in other people, and on that level, none of us are in competition with the other. The universe is simply made of infinite possibility. And you stand in that place, and you seek to stand within that space of infinite possibility and give your gifts. That the gifts of God, the genius of God, the spirit of all that is holy and good and true and beautiful just happens to be within you. You can extend it in whatever work you do, and then money just happens, because that is the ultimate success mentality.
Well, Marianne, you always make everything sound so nice and soothing, and certainly something we all want to follow. Now, I want to ask you about a phrase in here. Let us want what we want.
Well, I think that's a big one, because sometimes we block our desires, like, I shouldn't want that. I see that as a problem that a lot of people have with money. They want money, but they don't think they should want money. Like there's something unholy about it or impure. Now, since all your experience of life is a reflection of your thoughts. When you have the thought, I want money, but I shouldn't want money, so I'm going to pretend to myself that I don't really want money, that's giving an ambivalent message to the universe itself. And so it's like the universe doesn't know where to go. When you have a thought like, I shouldn't want money, that means that you will subconsciously sabotage it when it actually starts coming towards you. So when you realize that you're wanting money is not because you want to make it so that other people have less. Once again, on a spiritual level, there's enough. There's more than enough for everybody. So your wanting money doesn't mean you're a greedy person. Your wanting money means I want to have enough that I don't have to think about money. I want enough so that I can support myself and my family. I want money so that I can grow materially in the ways that would help me create wealth for others as well. You know, guilt about money actually stops it. So when you realize that, you know, the desire for wealth itself is not of itself greedy, it can be righteous and it can be appropriate and it can be that which only supports the good for self and family and others, then you create a space where the universe is free to bring to your door that which you've allowed yourself to desire.
Now, Marianne, I'm just curious about people on salary, 9 to 5, and like it's not like overnight someone, their boss is going to come and give them 100% bonus. So how do we look at that scenario?
Well, that's a very good question, because if somebody is in a salaried position and feeling the kind of frustration that you just indicated, what that's really saying to me is that you have an entrepreneurial spirit and that you do not feel that your ultimate destiny and your ultimate calling is to be in a salaried position. And that's okay, because see, some people wouldn't feel that way. Some people would say, within the salary, that's where I belong and that's where I feel safe, secure, and things are fine. Anybody who would say what you just said, that's an itch to something entrepreneurial. So then, to me, the message there is, I'm going to learn everything I'm supposed to learn here. I want to be in total excellence within the job that I'm in. I want to be in service, but I feel destiny calling me beyond this job to an entrepreneurial situation in which I use that which I have learned here to do something which gives me greater opportunity for wealth creation.
Well, Marianne, there's no doubt you've given us great advice. Thank you for adding this book to your latest best-selling collection. And as we wrap things up, you're tremendously successful in so many facets of your life. What advice would you give to any of us pursuing our dreams?
I think that forgiveness piece. I think that I have seen in my life and I've seen in the lives of others, forgiveness constricts the heart. Unforgiveness constricts the heart. Unforgiveness, blame, judgment constricts the mind, and so it constricts our possibilities. I think the more we dwell in love, the more we dwell in forgiveness, the more we seek to bless more than blame, to give more than seek to get, it's unbelievable what opens up. And when we refuse to do that, it's similarly amazing to see how possibilities shut down.
Well, Marianne, it's very easy to say this. Beautiful wisdom from a beautiful woman. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.